Hey everybody, Speedy here with Bennu Studio Inks to continue the saga. Yeah, my last one I mentioned my health situation, which is essentially in the process of being resolved. But that I also mentioned I was going to give a tour of where I'm at with the studio now, and so I put together this video. Felt like it would be good to show a little bit of where I've been, where the studio started. And so the beginning half of this is going to be a tour of what it was, and then the last half of the video will be what it is currently. Um, so without further ado, here we go. Okay, as you can tell by my clothes in the video itself, by the clothes I'm wearing, what season it was, I had kind of done a small build to be able to operate with what I had, and then at this point I am redoing it to fit my overall vision. Yeah, there's a lot of sped up parts in here, and me wearing a lot of winter gear, because there was a time down here like in December, January, it was snowing, it was 5 degrees outside, and I didn't have a really good heat source in here. Um, so anyway, I made a stunning amount of progress. Actually, making this video has actually helped me see how far I've come in less than a year. Okay, this here is along the wall where I have a front door entrance and I have a garage door entrance. And this right here is my workbenches and my sewing machine, my initial sewing station. I eventually improved that, my easel and so forth. Multifaceted artist, multi-medium. I don't really have any limits as far as skill, but I have limits as far as space. And building this was a part of solving that for me. I really mean it about no limits on my skill set, my interests, my creative interests. What you see in some of the footage is my screen printing press, my drums, which you'll see a little bit later again, and my workout bench, because I do believe in maintaining the temple, but I also do alchemy, psychological alchemy, so I believe in maintaining the mind too. And my creative space is a big part of the synergy of all of those coming together. So to go along with the screen printing press and other different types of techniques I like to do as far as working with printmaking, I've got a washout room I call the Goblin Sauna in there, and then of course I got a clip of the art department and the dark room that I developed. And then at the tail end of this is me, some footage of me showing off the fact that my shop in February survived a flood. And I had gotten all my equipment up and off the ground and protected, and that's in a video that's actually up on YouTube to watch. But yeah, I went through a lot. I was doing this while I was pulling a full-time graveyard shift job too, and so I put every bit of my extra time into this. This is the tail end where I actually started to get to use the studio space a little bit more, but not fully. And so at the break that comes up, it'll be showing the transition of what the studio is like now. And now I'm in a position to actually fully utilize it, which is fantastic. But it's also occurring during when I'm, on medical leave, trying to get all my paperwork pushed to corporate to return, But so the second half of this video is what it looks like now, what it currently looks like as of today. There's my updated sewing station and a layout table for fabrics and different clothes I work with, and a lockbox that I keep a lot of things, projects hanging in, things like that. Screen printing press, because there was no reason to move it, honestly. Finished the art department wall. The outside has a quilt of my mom's hanging on it, and my Ludwig Franken kit, my paintings, part of the loft that's finished. Started hanging up and putting up my artwork. relocated my workout bench where I choose to do my workouts from to make room to bring in autos and bring in my car in really bad weather, or if I want to add wraps or stuff to it. Okay, the area in this footage has been what I refer to as the shop floor itself. I have that wall, that island that I created there that divides the space. The drafting table, easel, and all that are all behind the bar. And then the wet room and so forth are back behind that part. So in the second half of the footage, I'll get more, footage of that aspect of it. Okay, so this part is if I'm coming in through the front door and am behind the bar now, and showing all of the updates to it. A lot of it didn't change and mostly got aesthetics and a few improvements. Some of the things that I do have here, the 3D printer. Want to shout out Cortland. Thanks for hooking me up with that and helping me get into doing that. It's something I wanted to learn about, and now I've gotten an opportunity to play with it and stuff like that, and I'm going to continue to find places to incorporate it. But hey, Cortland, thank you so much. Okay, also here is my drafting table. It's a custom built drafting table, and it's got a rigging that I built for recording me doing stuff there, which will be coming up in a video here in a little while. And then of course I built a normal break room and kitchen. In the beginning of doing all this, I had a cooler and a box of condiments. So this feels nice to see this. Okay, past the kitchen, of course, goes into the goblin sauna, the wet room I referred to. It got completed, including my washout station and all that. It's all home built, because, well, I've been doing this on a very extreme budget. And then entering into the art department and such, and getting a chance to take a look at my library and the updates to my dark room and to the wall and so forth. I know a lot of people might make fun of my library, but I have books in there that are older than this country by 100 years. It's precious to me. It also has a lot of great reference material and some of my comic books in it. And a lot of what is in here still got a long ways to go. There's still a lot of aesthetics and things that I plan on adding to it. That wall that has the quilt over that box, it's technically an aquarium. But I'm not in a place to put that part together yet. And that wall itself still needs to have like the rest of the plywood put on it, and there's going to be a mural. This room is going to be radically different once I'm in a position to continue to advance it. We just chilling in the art department. I was testing out my camera, and I thought, well, I just go ahead and throw this in. Hi, everybody. We just chilling in the art department. I was testing out my camera, and I thought, well, I just go ahead and throw this in. Hi, everybody. Hey, everybody. Speedy here. Just wanted to kind of close this out with a personal message at the end. I've mentioned my health situation. I've gotten cleared by the doctor. I've put in my paperwork with the corporation. It's a 1 to 5 business day thing, but we all know how that can kind of go with corporations, so I'm kind of waiting. That's been part of the reason why I hadn't gotten a video back out as quickly, but here it is, and I kind of wanted to put that little update in there. Also, while I'm waiting, I decided that it was time for me to move away from my comic book collection. I have a pristine comic book collection that goes back literally to the 60s. Had with me most of my life. But during this kind of fiasco with the Chris Nolan version of the Odyssey and how shit that is, and how he's just literally a poser in my eyes. The casting is shit. The costumes are shit. The setting is shit. The dialogue is shit. He's just taken one of the most important pieces of Western literature, a foundational piece, and just taken a piss all over it. And that inspired me to kind of write my own comic, actually. And because of that, I want to avoid the kind of cross-contamination that can happen when you have something that has a heavy influence on you that close to you. So I've decided I'm also going to end up following up this video with a video series of me making a montage of some of my favorite characters and some of my favorite issues. And I'm going to go ahead and post the issues on Marketplace and Facebook Marketplace and on Craigslist, and go ahead and liquidate them throughout the month of June, because honestly, it's time to let them go so that I can move into my own creations in terms of that medium. And I've got a really wonderful piece that I've written that shows proper respect to the foundation of Western civilization and Western culture. And I just can't abide a poser. I always thought his movies were kind of mid, to be honest, and that all his cinematic visuals were drab, like sepia, just drab, not colorful at all. And so I didn't really like him visually that much, but he seemed to be pretty good about pacing and just pure directing. He's now proven he's nothing but a poser with what he's done with the Odyssey, a sellout. That guy's looking for trophies instead of producing high art. And I can't support artists like that. I just can't do it. But it did inspire me. So my next video is actually going to be me going through my collection and picking out pieces and doing montages of them for my own sake, for keepsakes for myself. And then, like I said, I'm going to liquidate my entire collection over the month of June. And then at the end of June, I'm going to move into actually producing my own. I wrote it already. It was, like I said, inspired by his ass hattery, and so here I am. This is what creatives are supposed to do. We have a sacred responsibility, and the number one responsibility we have is to not be a sellout. It ain't about trophies. It's about culture. It's about high art. It's not about the artist at all. It's actually about the work. It's about illumination, hallucination, and holding up a mirror to society to show it who and what it is. Now, I don't think that we are that degraded as a civilization at this point for his version of the Odyssey to count as holding up the mirror. No, he just showed me and the whole planet he has no respect for Greece, he has no respect for the West, he has no self-respect, and he's chasing trophies. Screw that guy. Screw his work. So I'm standing with Greece on this, but also because I'm kind of coming from a culture that's very close to it, which often gets me in a lot of trouble, because here in America, if Hellenes and people of Hellenic persuasion don't kind of stay inside their own community, they kind of get harassed sometimes. We're expected to be like everybody else, and we're not like anybody else. We dance, we celebrate, we're loud, we're spontaneous, we're fun-loving, and it's not for anybody else. It's for our ancestors and so forth. It's literally for that purpose. It's Filatimo. People that know. People that don't, well, they either take the time to find out by talking to you, or they run around and make up stories because, well, they have sad lives, and that's what their life is built around. You just gotta let them. It's part of being a creative. It's a part of being in America. And I've adjusted to being in America the best I can. And, I'm living my dream. I'm not just dreaming it. And I'm really happy for that. And to all my, supporters and all my haters, thank you so much. Honestly, energy is energy. But I definitely do appreciate my supporters more, obviously. But even the haters, whatever makes them hate, that's their own issue. It's nothing to do with me. I'm doing the best I can. I'm living authentically and as myself every day. I'm not faking who I am, and I'm not lying about who I am, and I'm not sugarcoating anything. Can't do it. I'm a terrible liar. And I don't enjoy putting on a mask for social, reasons. I don't consider things like work to require it. They certainly shouldn't, but, America's an unusual place. Anyway, thanks for checking this out and spending time watching this video and seeing the development of this studio over the last year. I've come a long ways, and I've done that while having a full-time job, and I've spent all my spare time working on the studio. And honestly, I'm pretty happy with how far I've come, but there's a lot more to go. I've got murals to put up on the walls to finish. Just just a lot to do, so I will continue the saga, and I will keep you updated on what the work situation is, when and where, and what happens with it. Anyway, I hope everybody is having a wonderful day, a wonderful afternoon, a wonderful evening, and a wonderful night, wherever you are. And I hope everything that you're wishing for, you're able to manifest. Okay? Speedy out. Bye, guys.